Hello everybody out there watching on YouTube, and welcome to race number 8 of Season 6 of the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series. I am Levi McIntyre, the voice of the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series, here to welcome you to the NAPA Auto Parts 400 here at Oswego Speedway as we are getting set for 40 laps of racing here at our one dirt track we go to every single season, twice a season in fact. But before we take a look at the starting lineup, let's take a look at the point standings, as still very close from 1st through 38th in points. 96 points separates the top 38 in points. But as far as top 10, we got a new points leader after last week at Bermuda. Phil Parker takes over the points lead, and he leads by 1 point over Cole Deaver. 3rd is Joshua Sekuli, 4th Caleb Kilburn, 5th Matt McIntyre, 6th Jake Baskinger, 7th Jonathan Zorline, 8th James Shelley, 9th Benjamin Miles, and then 10th in points is our winner from last week, Trent Dunham. So that is how the top 10 in the points look coming into the race today. Let's take a look at the lineup. Starting in the last row is Joshua Collard and Jay Jefferson. Top 10, Dylan Poteet is on the pole for today, and I believe, yes, this is his first pole this season. Starting next to him is Emmanuel Hartnett. Row 2, Joey Parkhill and Rafael Leduc. Row 3, Logan Bradley, Matt McIntyre. Row 4, Dylan Young, James McLeod. And then row 5, Cole Deaver and Melissa Alexander. But let's get the command to fire engines for the NAPA Auto Parts 400 at Oswego.
Drivers, start your engines!
Oswego tends to be the shortest race we run every season. Only 40 laps this time. It was 44, but now we're shrunk it down to 40 laps. So 40 laps of potential mayhem could ensue when we get to the line here, as we're getting ready to come to the start-finish line to get this race underway. Pace car about to pull into pit road. Ladies and gentlemen, boogity, 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 let's go dirt racing. First lap complete, and Dylan Poteet leads the first lap. Joey Parkhill tried to give him a run for the money by going to the inside here in turn 3 and 4, but it didn't quite work out for him as Poteet hangs on. Oh, and we got a massive crash on the front stretch. Huge pile up. Dylan Young was the first car I saw get sent around. Melissa Alexander and James Qualls have hit hard. And a bunch of other cars getting some damage, like Phil Parker and company, from running into one another. Rafael Leduc was involved as well. I didn't even see him get into it. But a big wreck has just brought out the caution for the first time tonight here at Oswego, taking out potentially 3, maybe 4 cars. And I think, yeah, I thought I saw damage on Rob Evans' car. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I was just seeing stuff. But yeah, quite a few cars with big-time damage, and actually 2 of them, James Qualls and Melissa Alexander, hit pretty hard, it looked like, right into the entrance of pit road. So real quick, we're going to take a look and see what brought the caution out for the first time tonight here at Oswego. So it all begins going into turn 3 as Bradley Zordragger attempts a 4-wide move underneath of Dylan Young, Cole Deaver, and Emmanuel Hartnett. And then everything's going to get started right there as Cole Deaver gets into Emmanuel Hartnett a little bit, comes down in front of Dylan Young, and then, oh, we had another 4-wide incident take place, and Wow, that was a hard hit for both the '09 and the 2. We'll take a look and see how that got started behind them. Dylan Jacobs actually got a piece of it, and I didn't even notice. As watch the 6 and the 70 slide. Qualls pretty hard hit into the inside wall rear end first, and then Melissa Alexander, oh, that is not good. Hitting driver's side first into the end of that flag stand wall. Came to an immediate stop right there. So that was a pretty scary situation for the 6. Hope she's alright, but let's actually try and see what happened to really get this thing started. So it's 2 different 4-wide battles. Deaver getting in the hard net, but they kept it straight. But then LeDuc running way up the track, trying to give room, but he gets tagged by James McLeod and then turns down into Dylan Young, and that's what got those 2 to hit hard. And then as LeDuc was ricocheting off the wall, gets into the 6, the 70, and the 78, as there you see the 6 and the 70 hit the inside wall, and the 6 right there. Well, luckily, the thing I liked about that hit that the 6 took, it was more towards the left rear wheel and not towards the driver's door, so she might have got lucky right there. But yeah, a few cars getting some cosmetic damage, like Dylan Jacobs and cars like that. So, but I do expect quite a few cars to be out of the race as a result of that. But let's go ahead and take you to the restart here at Oswego. So as a result of that first caution, 4 of the bottom 5 have been determined, and they are Rafael LeDuc, Dylan Young, James Qualls, and Melissa Alexander. Tough break for those guys. And right now the 5th driver would be James Shelley, but still got plenty of time, plenty of racing to do. But the top 10 when we get back to racing: Dylan Poteet, Logan Bradley, Matt McIntyre, Joey Parkhill, Emmanuel Hartnett, Cole Deaver, Bradley Zorgdrager, James McLeod, Tim Fiegel, and Trent Dunham. Pace car back in the pit road, and we're getting ready to go back to green with 33 laps to go. Poteet got a decent restart right there, but Logan Bradley got a great restart and thought about peaking down low to get the race lead for himself. Logan Bradley last week had a much-needed good run in the top 10, his first top 10 and top 5 of his career, but he's still dead last in points right now, running very strong up here in the 2nd spot and looking to maybe challenge Dylan Poteet for the lead, but you got veteran Matt McIntyre right behind on his tail, making a top 3 breakaway, although McLeod, on the other hand, in that 51, making it now a 5-car potential fight for the lead. But McLeod, a little bit of a bump and run right there into the quarter panel of Matt McIntyre to try and move him up the racetrack to go by for 3rd. And now McLeod actually, because of that, has got to run to the inside of Logan Bradley in the 90. So McLeod has a pretty strong race car right now. Now he's actually underneath teammate Dylan Poteet. Side by side between Tweenix Racing teammates and good friends James McLeod and Dylan Poteet, and McLeod clears the 31 and led that lap. As this race is beginning to start zipping along as we go, but McLeod comes into this race, as I'm double checking, 14th in points. Actually had a great run last week at Bermuda, which helped him to go up from 27th to 14th in points. It goes to show you how close the point standings are here at the early going of the season. And this is only race number 8. As far as where we're heading to for the rest of this week, Wednesday we head to Texas, and then Friday we head to Talladega, in which the return of the play racing package will be ran over at Talladega, and that's going to be a curious race to watch to see how that package is going to work. But right now, here at Oswego, James McLeod had a hiccup there. But James McLeod is pulling away to a huge race lead over Dylan Poteet, over a second last time by. So right now, the closest fight we have on the racetrack up here, potential battle for second might ensue between Poteet and McIntyre. As McIntyre trying to go low. He's got the inside lane working for him. Can he clear him off of turn 4 is the question. Not quite. Poteet's still hanging on the outside. But yeah, great battle going on for the second spot. But as this continues, McLeod is pulled away to almost a 2-second lead. As now Matt McIntyre takes second away from Poteet. And then meanwhile, we may have a battle going on for fourth between Logan Bradley and second in points Cole Deaver. Cole Deaver lost the points lead after Bermuda last week, but is only behind by 1 point. And Phil Parker, I assume, is somewhere in the back, so Deaver could take the points lead back heading into Texas if he stays running as well as he is. Meanwhile, Logan Bradley having another great run. Last week ran top 5 at Bermuda, running top 5 again this week as we're closing in on the halfway point here in the NAPA Auto Parts 400. Is Logan Bradley looking to go for his second top 5 or top 10 of his career. Bradley's Org Dragger in the 66 running in the 6th position. No irony there at all. And now actually got a run underneath for the 5th position now underneath the 90 of Logan Bradley. But Bradley's Org Dragger came into this race 16th in points. The winner from Atlanta, running very strong in his first short track appearance of his career. And then you got Jake Baskinger, who came into this race 6th in the points. Didn't have the best of runs last week at Bermuda and fell from 3rd to 6th in points, but having a solid run in the 7th spot. And how about Joey Parkhill, who has been struggling so far in the beginning of the season, running fairly strong in the 8th spot. Then behind him is the Daytona 500 winner, Michael Norman, who almost ever since winning Daytona has been on a downward spiral, at least until now, running in the 9th position. And then rounding out the top 10 right now is Emmanuel Hartnett, who comes into this race 31st in points. Not off to a good start for that 20 team. Let's get back up to the front as McLeod has a massive race lead and actually might lap some cars as he's approaching Carson Gum in the 19 in front of him. But yeah, McLeod, let's see the margin this time by. It is now almost 4 seconds. Total domination by the 51 of James McLeod. Is back up here at the front. Behind McLeod, Matt McIntyre still maintaining second. And Michael Norman actually moved up to 8th now as Parkhill fell to 9th. Cody Lama's now up to the 10th spot for himself. And actually, if I could see, there is a slight dent in the rear end of that 48 car, so he must have got ran into a little bit during that first caution. That or I'm just seeing things. But it does appear that his rear bumper is a little bit dinged up. But it seems to be helping him, considering, I guess, because that helped him get some more rear downforce to get more speed. And now he's actually going to go up to the 9th spot and take that position away from the 26 of Joey Parkhill. Whoa, look at that move DJ Curtis has just made to try and go by Chris Dollarton. Wow! That was a close call on that block from the 4. Almost wrecked himself and the 83. That could have been major. But great move for DJ Curtis to take that spot. And I believe, yeah, that was for the 15th position on the racetrack. Meanwhile, a battle on for 11th. Rob Evans, the rookie out of Evans Gardner Motorsports, I believe. Evans Gardner Racing. Now up to 11th as Rob Evans actually comes into this race 11th in points. Didn't have a great run at Bermuda and fell out of the top 10, but could get back into the top 10 with a solid top 15 finish as it's now less than 10 to go And he's actually reeling in the 26 of Joey Parkhill. Man, it's like ever since the green flag dropped, Joey Parkhill, who started third, he's just not been able to go anywhere, and now he's about to fall out of the top 10, so there goes any possible hope of him getting his first top 10 of his career, unless he were to somehow pick up the pace. Carson Gum has now officially gone a lap down. I think a bunch of cars have now gone a lap down as James McLeod has reached lap traffic. But it's not really going to affect his speed very much, considering he's nearly, now over 6 seconds leading over the 14 of Matt McIntyre. So, McLeod has definitely got probably one of the best cars I've seen anyone drive so far this season, as he's about to put Cole Baker a lap down, who's last running in 28th. So potentially only 27 cars will be on the lead lap. As the laps wind down fairly quickly, less than 6 to go, and the margin last time by was 6.5 seconds. Keeping an eye on things around the top 10 or so. Michael Norman now trying to move up to the 7th position ahead of the 90 of Logan Bradley. Jake Baskinger trying to get around his teammate and lapped car Carson Gum, so he can try and get some more spots potentially, but there's time starting to run out. Battle may be going on for the 4th spot. Dylan Poteet under fire from Bradley Zordragger, but Zordragger couldn't quite make the run stick that time by. A lot of drivers got cosmetic damage from that first caution. 3 laps to go here in Oswego, and now the lead last time by was over 7 seconds. How much is it by this time? Nearly 7.5. This 51 car is almost unstoppable here at Oswego this week. I don't know how, but the magic's really showing. 2 laps to go here in the NAPA Auto Parts 400. As James McLeod has dominated this race since the restart, with that big move that he made to go by teammate Dylan Poteet for the lead, and the white flag is out here at Oswego. Last time by it was 7.7 seconds. The margin, let's see about this time. Actually lost a little bit of ground, but still nothing's going to defeat him this week. As we're coming off of turn 4, checkered flag waving, James McLeod wins the NAPA Auto Parts 400 at Oswego Speedway. Total domination by the 51 team, with an amazing pass a few laps after the restart to take the lead from teammate Dylan Poteet. Gets his first win? No, this is actually his 2nd win this season. So, first multi-winner of the season, James McLeod. But let's look at the rest of the results. Matt McIntyre held on to that 2nd spot really, really well and finishes in 2nd. Cole Deaver more likely going to take the points lead over going into Texas next time. Dylan Poteet with a solid performance in 4th, and then the highest finishing rookie, Bradley Zordragger, finishing in the 5th spot. Jake Baskinger with a comeback run of 6th. Michael Norman, great run in the 7th spot. Cody Lamas, who despite some damage managed to get a top 10 finish in 8th. Rob Evans with a great run in 9th, and then Logan Bradley, 2nd straight top 10 finish for himself. And then the rest of your top 20 is shown. Only 24 cars finished on the lead lap, and then the bottom 5 for this week were Carson Gum, and then the cars that were out of the race after that first caution, Rafael LeDuc, Dylan Young, James Qualls, and Melissa Alexander. Well, next time we head to Texas for the Dickies 500, but until then, here are your results, rookie points and regular points heading into Texas, and this is Levi McIntyre signing off.